if not for Maitreya Buddha, who would save humanity through the period of the Dharma-ending age. Legend has it that just before Shakyamuni Buddha entered nirvana, the halo above his head suddenly vanished. Venerable One, why has the halo above your head disappeared? He replied that he had used his divine power and foreseen the events that would occur after his parinirvana. The Dharma will gradually fade away. People no longer place their faith in doctrines. The temple now stands only as a desolate ruin. Human greed awakens, tempers flare, and suffering only multiplies. That era must have been a time of great upheaval and chaos. Not only was society disrupted, but nature was also severely affected. Natural disasters such as floods, droughts, and even severe epidemics will break out. When viewed objectively, the 21st century emerges as a period of profound and complex transformation. Many people believe that the period of French colonization had officially begun. According to the teachings of the Buddha and the prophecies he left behind, this state of chaos will only end when Maitreya Buddha appears, reviving the Dharma to bring peace and prosperity to all sentient beings. However, few people realize that Shakyamuni Buddha appeared precisely during that chaotic era. Besides Maitreya Buddha, a deity will appear to save all living beings. He is none other than the Bodhisattva Kayasiddhagarbha. So who is Kayasiddhagarbha Bodhisattva? Why was he so specially honored by Shakyamuni Buddha? What other benefits does reciting his name bring? Why do some people call him the Lord of Hell? He was even revered as the Netherworld's religious patriarch. And what secrets of hell does he truly know? The answers to these questions will be revealed in today's story. Take your eyes off the screen, In his teachings, the Buddha pointed out that, Namo Kayasiddhagarbha Bodhisattva, you can also escape the fate of falling into the evil realms within the cycle of the 6 paths. Hell, hungry ghosts, and animals. If one perseveres in reciting his name repeatedly, you are not only dissolving karmic obstacles from past wrongdoings, and can even soothe the sorrows that surge forth in the twilight. Not only that, but the ceiling also carries a breath of freshness. Not only for yourself, but also for your family and those around you. Wherever they may be, they will avoid disaster, live a healthy and prosperous life, and avoid falling into the lower realms in the next life. This miracle was clearly documented in the original scriptures. After just 7 days of consistent use, many have tried it and felt a remarkable difference. Their fortunes changed dramatically, and that was even the least of the benefits. From wholeheartedly reciting the name of Kayasiddhagarbha Bodhisattva, to gain a profound understanding of Kayasiddhagarbha Bodhisattva, we need to return to the big picture of the universe's structure in Buddhism. According to Buddhist teachings, time and space are ultimately not real. There exist countless worlds there, each with its own mountain ranges. The rivers carry within them a life and a history of their own, like a miniature world. However, this is just a very small piece in the vast cosmic picture. 4,000 small worlds combine to form one small chiliocosm, and those who can become a tiny part of the universe. With that combination, a minor world was formed. 1,000 small chiliocosms combine to form one great trichiliocosm. And 1,000 such worlds together form a great thousand worlds, also known as the 3,000-fold world system. Thus, a great chiliocosm comprises as many as 10 billion minor worlds similar to this one. The world we live in can be viewed as a multi-layered cosmic structure. In Buddhism, the universe is not only described in terms of space, and it also classifies the states of sentient beings into the 3 realms. The desire realm, the form realm, and the formless realm are the 3 realms of the Saha world. Beings in the realm of desire are always dominated by cravings and passions, especially eating and sexual activity. We are beings of the realm of desire. Although sentient beings in the form realm still possess physical forms, they are already free from all worldly desires. They can be understood as spiritual entities existing at a higher level, living on the energy from meditation. Sentient beings in the formless realm do not possess physical form, existing purely in a state of mind and consciousness. This is precisely the entity commonly referred to as a god. However, in Buddhist doctrine, deities are not considered supreme beings. The Buddha is the Supreme One, surpassing all deities, bodhisattvas, and arhats. Forever trapped in the cycle of reincarnation, more than 2,000 years ago, in the Tavatimsa heaven, An extremely important Dharma conference was held. After the Buddha was born, Queen Maya passed away. She was reborn in the Tavatimsa heaven. The Buddha's disciple Maudgalyayana used his divine powers to travel to that realm and preach the Dharma to his mother. This event sent shockwaves throughout the entire trichiliocosm. Not only does it attract celestial beings, but it also captivates countless nature-dwelling deities. The sea god and the fire god appeared majestically, filling the entire space with brilliant light and ethereal sounds. The Buddha radiated billions of magnificent rays of light, like clouds of radiance. The Great Compassion Mantra helps to dissolve all suffering, afflictions, and obstacles. Two clouds of wisdom help listeners thoroughly understand and clearly see the true nature of Buddhist teachings. Along with the dazzling light, wondrous sounds also rang out, to help sentient beings be free from afflictions and attain enlightened wisdom. That extraordinary spectacle attracted countless more beings to attend the Dharma assembly, creating a one-of-a-kind event in history. Tree deities and demon kings from all over the world. The Devas also gathered in the Tavatimsa heaven. Everyone was eagerly looking forward to hearing Shakyamuni Buddha expound the Dharma. A large crowd of people from all over poured in, bringing with them a truly special, sacred atmosphere. The Buddha turned and asked Bodhisattva Manjushri, "Currently, how many deities are present here?" Bodhisattva Manjushri employed his divine powers to contemplate. But after taking a closer look, I felt too embarrassed to reply. "Venerable Lord, the number of devas gathered here is truly immense. Even with my divine powers, I could never count them all. Not only humans, but even I am subject to this." Even as a Buddha, he could not fully fathom it. Countless deities from parallel universes have gathered to attend the event. What is noteworthy is that all of these deities had attained enlightenment. And the potential to become a Buddha in the future is entirely due to supportive conditions. Kayasitagarbha Bodhisattva. This demonstrates the immense power and boundless compassion of Kayasitagarbha Bodhisattva, when he had saved countless sentient beings. Shakyamuni Buddha once revealed that Bodhisattva Kayasitagarbha. It is a circle of time from an ancient era, so old it is beyond imagination. The Buddha taught that we should try to visualize it simply like this. Each flower, each tree, each stone, each speck of dust in this world. It is equivalent to a Ganges river. In each of those Ganges rivers, every grain of sand represents a world. And in each world, every speck of dust exists in a moment of time. Multiply that enormous number by trillions upon trillions. That was the era when Kayasitagarbha Bodhisattva manifested in the world. Not only are there countless deities, but the lifespan of Kayasitagarbha Bodhisattva is also immeasurable and boundless. Beyond human comprehension. Truly astonishing, you have undergone countless cycles of reincarnation. In one life, he was born the son of a wealthy elder. When encountering a Buddha in the past, he was utterly captivated by the majestic presence of the Enlightened One. And a mysterious light radiated from that Buddha. "How must I practice to attain a form and virtues like yours? If you wish to attain such perfect beauty, you must undergo countless eons of spiritual cultivation, using Buddhist teachings to save and liberate all sentient beings suffering in the ocean of misery." After hearing this, the young wealthy man suddenly understood that such majestic beauty was not attained without reason. This is the result accumulated from countless good deeds, merits, compassion, and wisdom. "I vow to become a Buddha, with the vow to save all sentient beings, even if I must enter hell, not for a moment will my heart waver." The tale in the realm of Dali continues with the appearance of more and more deities. Shakyamuni Buddha. The Buddha continued to recount another past life of the Bodhisattva Kayasitagarbha. In that life, he was born into a Brahmin family, the highest caste in ancient Indian society. He was blessed by his predecessors, so everything he undertook was divinely favored. However, his mother was someone who did not believe in karma. She frequently engaged in actions that harmed others to pursue personal gain. As a result, her health gradually deteriorated. Despite the family's wealth, they ultimately could not save her from death. After her mother passed away, the maternal heart within her welled up with an unceasing anxiety. She feared that the evil deeds her mother had committed would condemn her to hell, subjecting her to endless suffering. To save her mother, she decided to sell all her possessions, build a Buddhist stupa, and sincerely pray for her. One day, while standing before the Buddha statue in the Tathagata garden of the temple, she was suddenly enlightened, like a lotus blooming upon a still pond, as silent tears streamed down her face. In her heart, she fervently wished that if this Buddha were still in the world, she could ask him where her mother now resided. Just as she was crying in the deepest despair, a gentle voice suddenly rang out from the sky above. "Do not grieve so, my child. I shall help you find where your mother is." "Sir, who are you, that you would comfort me in my time of such sorrow?" Enlightened flower meditation, self-mastering king of thus come ones. I could feel your profound love and your deep longing for your mother, so I have come here to be by your side. Return home, find a quiet place to sit in meditation, and sincerely recite my name. Then you shall see the place where your mother now resides. Following the guidance, the female disciple returned home, chose a serene spot, sat down, and began to pray with sincere devotion. Shortly thereafter, she suddenly heard the violent roar of ocean waves. Opening her eyes, she found herself standing before a vast ocean with enormous waves. In the ceaseless roar of the waves, she listened and understood humanity's cries of profound anguish. Looking more closely, she saw terrifying, bizarre iron-clad creatures emerging on the ocean's surface, chasing thousands of men and women. These individuals were under relentless assault. Meanwhile, a horde of yakshas, with their countless arms and heads, stood close by, incessantly driving them straight into the monster's encirclement. The sight before her eyes was utterly horrifying, but by the Buddha's protection, the Brahmin woman remained safe and sound, without a trace of fear. That day, a fearsome Oni king suddenly appeared. Despite his terrifying form, when speaking to Ramon, his manner of speech was exceptionally refined and gentle. "This is the great Iron Mountain. Indeed, this place is truly hell. There are two reasons that enable people to reach this place. The first is through the power of supernatural abilities. Second are those who have committed grave sins. If during their lifetime they did not perform good deeds, or if after death their relatives did not chant sutras for their salvation within 49 days, they will fall into this hell." Lord Yama further explained that during the 49 days following death, the underworld judges would calculate the individual's karmic force based on their deeds during their lifetime. Those who do good will receive blessings, while those who commit evil will inevitably bear the consequences of their karma. After 49 days, once the karmic forces have been fully calculated, the soul will be assigned to one of the 6 realms of reincarnation. He further explained that it is precisely for this reason that during these crucial 49 days, if relatives perform sutra recitations and accumulate merit through good deeds on behalf of the deceased, these actions can transform karmic conditions. This may help the deceased spirit mitigate or even escape negative karmic retributions. If this is not hell, then what is this existence? S. heart grew ever more apprehensive. If merely standing at hell. Although your mother committed countless heavy karmic offenses, due to your filial devotion and virtuous deeds, her karmic retribution has now been transformed. She has now been liberated from hell and reborn in the heavenly realm. Moreover, due to her merits, other sinners suffering in hell, including her mother, have also been liberated, according to Yama, the king of hell. Hearing those words, she, a devoted disciple, suddenly awoke as if from a dream. She realized in that moment that her actions could not only save her loved ones but also offer a chance of liberation for countless other beings drowning in suffering. From that moment, she made a great vow, pledging that through countless lifetimes she would use infinite means to save and aid all suffering beings. Depending on circumstances and adapting accordingly, I will use the most suitable methods to guide sentient beings, helping them thoroughly understand the Buddha's teachings. Through this, no one will have to fall into hell and suffer anymore. Until the hells are emptied, I vow not to achieve Buddhahood. According to the Earth Store Bodhisattva Fundamental Vows Sutra, immediately after finishing the story of the Brahmin woman, Earth Store Bodhisattva suddenly manifested at the Dharma assembly of Shakyamuni Buddha. Not only you, but countless of your manifestations from parallel universes simultaneously appeared. At that very moment, Sakyamuni Buddha raised his radiant golden arm and lifted the vase. Lord Sakyamuni then manifested countless forms from the transformation body of Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva, reaching out to touch the crown of each person's head to confer auspicious prophecies. While bestowing these prophecies, the Buddha taught, "In times of chaos, I once enlightened sentient beings, helping them change their destinies. Yet, there were always those with shallow roots, limited wisdom, and karma far too heavy to bear. I must manifest in many different forms to liberate all sentient beings. I do not distinguish whether I am male or female, a dragon or a turtle, or even transform into mountains, rivers, and lakes to help them attain enlightenment. If it can save sentient beings, I vow to do all things. Yet even so, there are still one or two who cannot be enlightened. The Buddha further taught that those who cannot be educated will have to bear the karmic retribution of their own actions, destined to be reborn in the realms of hell, hungry ghosts, or animals to suffer. Therefore, I hope that after my nirvana and before Maitreya descends into the world, you will engrave these words I have entrusted today. Employ the supernatural powers and wisdom of an enlightened one to liberate sentient beings from the ocean of suffering, enabling them to attain eternal liberation. When Maitreya Buddha appears in the world, those who have cultivated and attained the way will be prophesied to achieve Buddhahood. As soon as the Buddha finished speaking, a miraculous phenomenon immediately manifested. The flowers belonging to Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva, as if joined by a supernatural force, swiftly merged into a single, unified entity. Under the witness of all sentient beings, Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva made his great and profound vow. Before the last being in hell is liberated, I vow not to attain Buddhahood. I pledge to use my entire existence to save all sentient beings. Why did King Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva vow to undertake this mission? Because he had personally witnessed the horrors of hell, especially the agonizing sufferings within the Avicii hell. According to Buddhist belief, hell is not a distant place that exists after death, but rather a form of rebirth within the cycle of the 6 realms of existence. To descend into hell, a soul must cross 3 oceans of suffering located to the west of the Great Iron Wall Mountain, a place considered the ultimate boundary of the universe. But how can we pinpoint this exact location? According to the canonical texts, hell is located to the east of Jambudvipa, the world realm inhabited by humankind. This shows that hell is not some distant place, but actually exists right here in the world we live in. King Yama explained that hell lies deep within the Great Iron Ring Mountains, a place of utter darkness devoid of light, where neither the sun nor the moon is ever seen. Here, there are 18 major hells, 500 intermediate hells, and thousands of minor hells. At the smallest level, hell is divided into thousands of minor hells, each with its own distinct name and form of punishment. Imagine the Avicii hell as a vast nation, the repeated torture hells as its states, and the minor hells as its cities. According to the scriptures, this great hell is surrounded by colossal iron walls, standing 10,000 miles high, perpetually ablaze with raging flames to prevent the condemned from having any chance of escape. The prisoners held here not only endured physical pain but also faced extreme fear and torment. The Avicii hell has another particularity. Time there is continuous and unceasing, without a single moment of interruption for rest. Even if some hells are destroyed, the sinners will automatically be transferred to a newly formed hell. However, according to Buddhist teachings, when a person repays all their karmic retribution, not only are they themselves liberated, but all those who share that same karma are also set free. Therefore, when her mother, a wretched spirit in hell, was liberated through the merits generated by her daughter, Lady Chingtai, the entire Avicii hell became completely empty. This raises the question: do those terrifying hells truly exist? In reality, Bodhisattva Ksitagarbha once revealed that hell is not some distant place, but exists right within the mind of every individual. He said that within the Avicii hell, there are countless forests made of iron, where the guilty are forced to lie upon them to suffer torment. But the noteworthy point is that they did not see the people around them, even though there were thousands, tens of thousands of people there. They only see their own pain. This is the manifestation of karma. Their pain stems from their own mistakes, sins, and feelings of self-inflicted remorse. The torment in hell does not only come from external circumstances, but also originates from the deepest fears, obsessions, and inner torment within one's own soul. This likely explains why suffering, though real, is largely a matter of individual subjective perception. What is hell? The eminent monk did not reply, but instead harshly rebuked the general with extremely severe words. This is hell. This is also the Pure Land. The story makes us realize that hell or the Pure Land need not be sought in some distant realm, for in truth, they both exist right within one's own mind. When the mind is dominated by anger, greed, jealousy, or fear, at that very moment, we are stepping into our own hell. But when our minds become clear and tranquil, that is precisely when we are led to dwell in the Pure Land. The purpose of reciting the Sutra of Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva is not to beseech him to appear and offer salvation, but to awaken one's own self. When we realize that hell is actually a creation of our own mind, we understand that we are fully capable of liberating ourselves. If everyone knew how to act with a compassionate heart and clear wisdom, then hell on this earth would surely cease to exist. May the radiant light of Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva's great vow illuminate our souls. When reciting prayers, remember that you are not only seeking blessings for yourself, but also contributing to the liberation of all sentient beings from the ocean of suffering. Become the very embodiment of the Hellstore King. That's all for this video. What did you think of the content? And now, goodbye and see you all in the upcoming videos.